Hello guys! So, welcome back sa ating channel. So, ang topic na pag-uusapan natin ngayon is about point slope form. So, this is the third topic in the graphing chapters. So, we deal from the previous video the slope intercept form. Okay? So, which has the advantage of being easy, simple and easy. Then, however, it has also advantages. Sa slope-intercept form, we must know the y-intercept in order to use it. Pero generally, we do not know the y-intercept. We only know one or more points that are not y-intercept. So, hindi natin magagamit si slope-intercept in that case. Pero, in this topic, we will now introduce the point slope form, which is a more flexible formula. So, involved dito si m, x sub 1 and y sub 1 and x and y. That is the slope, obviously. Lagi siyang involved. Specific point on the line. Okay? Kagaya na makikita natin mamaya. And any other point in the line, which is x and y. Okay? Then, dito papasok yung ating formula na y minus y sub 1 is equals to m times x minus x sub 1. So, ito yung palagi natin gagamitin sa mga susunod na examples. Okay? So, let's apply. Write the point slope form or the PSF of the equation of the line through given point with given slope. May given point, tapos may given ka pang slope. So, hanapin natin yung PSF niyan. Okay? So, from the formula, we have y minus y sub 1 is equals to m times x minus x sub 1. So, we will now y minus 2. As notice that this is x sub 1 and y sub 1. Okay? Then, yung m mo is 1 half x minus x sub 1 mo, which is 2. So, that is the answer. Remember that point slope form. Dun sa previous video na slope-intercept form, dun tayo nag-y is equals to mx plus b. So, sinimplified pa natin to. But then, PSF ang kailangan, point slope form. So, ito na yung ating sagot. Okay? So, for the example number 2, through 2 and 1, slope of negative 2. Negative 1 half. Okay? So, draw natin na solution. So, we have y minus y sub 1 m times x minus x sub 1. Then, that is y minus 1 is equals to negative 1 half times x minus 2. Okay? So, that is also the answer na. Okay? Through negative 1 and negative 5, we have the slope of 9. So, that is y minus negative 5 is equals to 9 times x minus negative 1. So, we have y plus 5 is equals to 9 times x plus 1. So, this is the answer. Next, for the problem 4, we have 2, negative 2, slope of negative 2. So, we have y minus negative 2 is equals to negative 2 times x minus 2. We have y plus 2 is equals to negative 2 times x minus 2. Okay? Next, through 0 and negative 2, slope of negative 3. So, we have x sub 1 as 0, y sub 1 as negative 2, and m is equals to negative 3. So, we have y minus, what is your y sub 1? Negative 2. Then, is equals to m times x. Your x now here is 0. X minus x sub 1, which is 0. Okay, so correction. X minus 0 siya. Okay? So, ang m natin is 3. So, may value ng 3. We have negative 3. Okay? So, magiging y plus 2 is equals to negative 3x. So, this is the answer. Okay? So, si m, in-evaluate ko na muna yung value niya as 3 since may given na slope. Then, correction lang uli ha. Ito ay x minus 0. Kasi si 0 is your x sub 1. Next, for the problem number 6, we have true 5, negative 5, and negative 3 slope of 1/5. So, ganun pa rin ang ating gagawain. X sub 1 is negative 5, y sub 1 is negative 3. Ang m natin is 1/5. So, we have y minus y sub 1 is equals to m minus x sub 1. We have y minus negative 3 is equals to 1/5 times x minus x sub 1, which is negative 5. So, we have y plus 3 is equals to 1/5 x plus 5. So, this is the answer. Next, for the problem 7, we have true negative 1, negative 4, slope of negative 2/3. Okay, so this is y minus y sub 1 is equals to m times x minus x sub 1. That is y minus, what is your y sub 1? We have negative 4 is equals to negative 2/3 times x minus negative 1. Simplified, y plus 4 is equals to negative 2/3 x plus 1. So this is the answer. Next, for the problem 8, we have true negative 1, positive 4, and we have slope of negative 5 over 4. So, ganun pa rin. We have y minus 4 is equals to m, which is negative 5/4 times x minus negative 1. So, we have y minus 4 is equals to negative 5/4 times x plus 1. So, this is the answer. Okay, so dito naman sa next problem, iba na yung ating gagawin. Hahanapin naman natin ngayon si slope-intercept form, which is yung previous with given point and given slope. So, paano yung gagawin natin dyan? So, ganito yan. Okay, so ang gagawin natin dyan, medyo mahaba lang yung ating gagawin. So, identify muna natin yung x sub 1 and y sub 1 and slope. Then, kung kanina point slope form, ngayon naman is slope intercept, which is simplified. So, ganito yung gagawin natin. So, for the number 1, we have true negative 1 and negative 5, slope of negative 2. So, x sub 1 mo dyan is negative 1, y sub 1 mo is negative 1, ang slope mo is negative 2. Okay? So, that is y minus y sub 1, which is negative 5, is equals to negative 2 times x minus negative 1. So, we will have y plus 5 is equals to negative 2 x plus 1. Then, sabi, slope-intercept, magiging y plus 5 is equals to negative 2x minus 2. Isolate si y. You will get y is equals to negative 2x minus 7. Okay? So, check natin. Negative 1 and negative 5, slope of negative 2. Y minus y sub 1, 2, x minus x sub 1. Tama, okay? So, true 5, negative 1, slope of negative 3/5. X sub 1 is 5, y sub 1 is negative 1, and m is equals to negative 3/5. So, y minus y sub 1 is equals to m times x minus x sub 1. So, we have y minus y sub 1 mo is negative 1. Gawin na natin agad. Okay, pa tayo malito. X sub 1 is 5. We have y plus 1 is equals to negative 3/5 x. Okay? Negative 3/5 x plus 3. Kasi 5, 5, 1. Negative times negative is positive. So, negative 1, negative 1. And you will have y is equals to negative 3/5 x plus 2. Okay? So this is the answer. So for the problem number 3, we have true negative 4 and positive 1, slope of 1/2. So that is x sub 1 is negative 4, y sub 1 is 1, and m mo is 1/2. Then y minus y sub 1 is equals to 1/2 times x minus negative 4. So we have y minus 1 is equals to 1/2 x, 1/2 times x plus 4. Magiging y minus 1 is equals to 1/2 x plus 2. Add both sides. You will have y is equals to 1/2 x plus 3. Okay? Next, for the problem 3, true negative 2 and 0, slope of negative 5/2. So, evaluate natin. We have x sub 1 which is negative 2, y of 0, slope of negative 5/2. Y minus y sub 1 is equals to negative 5/2 times x minus x sub 1. Okay? So, evaluate na natin. Teka, sulat ko na agad yung value. Y minus 0 is equals to negative 5/2 times x minus x sub 1 natin is negative 2. So, magiging y minus 0 is equals to negative 5/2 x plus 2. Okay? So, distributive property, y minus 0 is equals to negative 5/2 x y minus 0 is equals to negative 5/2 x minus 5. Okay? So, cancel out na to. Ito, negative times positive is negative. So, add both sides 0. You will have y is equals to negative 5/2 x minus 5. So, this is the answer. For the problem 5, we have true 3/3, slope of 7/3. That is x sub 1, 3, y sub 1, 3, m is equals to 7/3. Y minus 3 is equals to 7/3 times x minus 3. We have y minus 3 is equals to 7/3 x minus 7. Add both sides. So we have y is equals to 7/3 x minus 4. Okay? Next, for the problem number 6, dito may slope tayo na 0. Okay? So, ganun pa rin naman yan. Walang magbabago. So, we have x sub 1 is negative 4. Y sub 1 is negative 3. Ang m mo is 0. Then, we have y minus y sub 1, negative 3, is equals to 0 times x minus negative 4. Y plus 3 is equals to 0 times x plus 4. And we will have add both sides by negative 3. Since ito naman ay magiging 0 na, so ang magiging y natin is negative 3. Okay? So, ito kasi distributive yung 0, 0, 0. So, add both sides ka ng negative 3 para maano si y, ma-isolate. So, y is equals to negative 3. Next, for the problem 7, we have true negative 2 and negative 5, slope of 2. X sub 1 natin is negative 2. Y sub 1 is negative 5. M natin is 2. Then, we have x sub 1. Y minus negative 5 is equals to 2 times x minus negative 2. So, we have y plus 5 is equals to 2 times x plus 2. We have y plus 5 is equals to 2x plus 4. Negative 5, and we will get y is equals to 2x minus 1. 2x minus 1. So, ito yung ating answer. Next, iba naman yung ating gagawin. Dito naman, may dalawang involved na points. Okay? Okay, so dito, since may concern tayong iba naman ang ating gagawin, so point slope form pa rin, may given tayong points. So notice, meron tayong dalawang set ng points. And note that in the given, we have x sub 1, y sub 1, and x sub 2, and y sub 2. Okay, so that is the order. Okay, so using the formula of m is equals to y sub 2, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Okay? So, gawin natin sa number 1. So, we have m is equals to, what is your y sub 2? Ito labelan natin. Okay? We have 1 minus 3 over x sub 2 mo, which is negative 3 minus negative 4. Okay? So, we will get m as negative 2. So, that will be your slope. Okay? Since may slope na tayo, formulate na natin yung point slope form. Y minus y sub 1 is equals to m times x minus x sub 1. Y minus, ano yung y sub 1 mo? We have 3 is equals to negative 2 times x. What is your x minus 1? We have minus negative 4. So, simplify that. You will get y minus 3 is equals to negative 2 times x plus 4. And since point slope form lang hinahanap, so ito yung ating answer. Next, true, 5, 1, negative 3, and 0. So, ganun pa rin. M is equals to, okay. So, evaluate na natin yung mga values. What is your y sub 2? We have 0. And your y sub 1 is 1 over negative 3 minus 5. So, we will get the slope of 1/8. Okay? Then, y minus y sub 1 is equals to m times x minus 1. We will have y minus 1 is equals to 1/8 times x minus 5. So, that is the answer. Okay? Next, true, negative 4 and negative 4 and 5, 4 and 4. Evaluate na natin yung value para mabilis. So, we have 4 minus 5, then 4 minus negative 4, that is negative 1/8. That is y minus y sub 1, that is 5, is equals to negative 1/8 times x minus x sub 1, which is negative 4. We have y minus 5 is equals to negative 1/8 times x plus 4. So, this is the answer. Next, for the problem for negative 4, negative 2, 0, and 4. So, evaluate uli natin yung value agad. So, we have negative 4 minus negative 2, 0 minus negative 4. So, we will get 3 halves. Okay? So, okay, sorry. Hindi pala to 1/2. 3 halves. So, this should be 1/2. Negative 1/2. So, simplified na siya ha. Simplified na. Then, evaluate na natin. This is your slope. So, that is y minus y sub 1 is equals to m times x minus x sub 1. We will get y minus, what is your y sub 1? Your y sub 1 here is negative 2 is equals to slope mo negative 1/2 times x minus negative 4. So, we will have y plus 2 is equals to negative 1 half times x plus 4. So, this is the answer. Next, for the problem 5, we have true, negative 1, negative 4, negative 5, and 0. So, evaluate agad natin yung value. So, we have 0 minus negative 4 all over negative 5 minus negative 1. So, that is negative 1. So, y minus y sub 1, negative 4 is equals to negative 1 times x minus negative 1. We have y plus 4 is equals to negative 1 x plus 1. So, that is the answer. Next, for the problem 6, negative 1 and negative 5, negative 5 and negative 4. So, that is negative 4 minus negative 5, negative 5 minus negative 1, that is equals to negative 1/4. That is y minus negative 5 is equals to negative 1/4 times x minus negative 1. So, magiging y plus 5 is equals to negative 1/4 x plus 1. Next, write the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line through given points. So, ito medyo mahaba yung gagawin natin. So, ganun, paano yung gagawin natin dyan? Katulad lang sa previous. So, m is equals to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So, di kanina, point slope form, dito, slope intercept. Slope intercept yung hinahanap, pero ang given naman dito is points, walang slope intercept. So, evaluate natin value. So, we have negative 2 minus negative 1 over negative 1 minus negative 5. So, we will have negative 3/4 as your slope. And using the point slope form formula, that is y minus 1 is equals to negative 3/4 x minus negative 5. Okay? So, mangyayari dyan is y minus 1 is equals to negative 3/4 x plus 5. Okay? Then, continuation dito, y minus 1 is equals to negative 3/4 x, distributive property. So, mangyari dyan, we have negative 15/4. Then, add positive 1 para maging slope intercept. Y is equals to 3/4 x minus 11/4. So, this is the answer. Next, for the problem 2, we have true, negative 5 and 5, 2 and negative 3. Okay? So, that is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 is equals to x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Then, we have negative 3 minus 5, 2 minus negative 5. So, that will give you negative 8 over 7. Y minus y sub 1. 5 is equals to negative 8 over 7 times x minus, ang x sub 1 natin is negative 5. So, magiging positive na yan, x plus 5, para mabilis. Then, we have y minus 5 is equals to negative 8 over 7x magiging 40 over 7 minus 40 over 7. Add ka ng positive 5. We will have y is equals to 8 over 7x 8 over 7x, then negative 40 over 7 plus 5. We have negative 5 over 7. Okay. So, this is the answer. Okay. So, next. Okay. So, true 4 and 1, 1 and 4. So, paano yung gagawin natin dyan? So, ganun pa rin. We have 4 minus 1 over 1 minus 4. So, that will give you negative 1. Okay? So, ayan ang ating slope. We have y minus 1 is equals to negative 1 times x minus 4. So, we have y minus 1 is equals to negative x plus 4. Okay? So, 1, 1. Y is equals to negative x plus 5. So, this is the answer. Next, true 0, 2, 5, and negative 3. 0, 2, 5, and negative 3. We have y minus 2 is equals to negative 1 times x minus 0. Okay? So, dinirekta ko na ha. So, we have y minus 2 is equals to negative x plus 0, 2, 2. And we will have y is equals to x plus 2. Okay? Last 2 problem. 0, 2, 2, and 4. 4 minus 2 and 2 minus 0. We will have 1. Then, we will have y minus 2 is equals to 1 times x minus 0 as your x sub 1. So, we have y minus 2 is equals to okay, so mabilis na lang tayo. 2, 2, x. So, adding both sides, we will have y is equals to x plus 2. Kasi ito, 1 times x is x. Then, 1 times 0 naman is 0. So, x plus 2, x plus 2. So, this is the answer. Next, or lastly, we have 0, 3, negative 1, negative 1. Negative 1 minus 3, negative 1 minus 0. That will give you 4. That will be your slope. Okay? So, y minus 3 is equals to 4 times x minus 0. So, that will give you y minus 3 is equals to 4x na lang. Then, 3, y is equals to 4x plus 3. So, this is the answer. So, we see a different cases in point slope form. So, I hope you learned something. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Then, yung PDF nito is provided sa description. Okay? That's it. I hope you learned something. Thank you and keep safe.